Look ahead now and focus in on this. Former members of the State Security Agency implicated in wrongdoing are demanding access to classified information from the security agency. Their lawyers have written to the Acting Director General at the SSA, Loyiso Jafta, asking for the intelligence information to be declassified. This is in order to prepare their testimony or for their testimony when they go and appear before the state capture, or indeed if they do request to cross-examine some of the people who've testified there. Well, the Johannesburg law firm, the law firm's Kgoroeadira Modau Incorporated, is acting on behalf of the former SSA Director General Arthur Fraser and the former Minister of State Security Bongani Bongo. Among the requests is the declassification of documents alleging that former Director of Foreign Intelligence Mo Sheikh was involved in a project to set up a business news channel right here in Johannesburg. That channel airing on DSTV. Well, for more on this, we are joined now by the attorney, Michael Kgoroeadira. Mr. Kgoroeadira, thank you very much for your time. I hope I'm pronouncing your surname correctly. Please do correct me if I am wrong. Let's start with your confirmation first, that indeed you are instructed by Arthur Fraser, but who else are you representing?
Sure. Yeah, I represent quite a number of people. Morning. The surname is Kgoroeadira, a very common South African surname.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah, I represent Mr. Fraser, Advocate Bongo. It's a number of members of the agency, current members, whose names appear in our letters that we write to the commission and the agency.
Yeah. Just very briefly then, outline for us what it is that they are asking for through you, their lawyer.
Okay. Our client, especially Mr. Fraser, was previously implicated without notice by three former leaders of the agency. Ambassador Makatuga, Ambassador Sheikh, and Mr. Njenja. On the 5th of August last year, he then we wrote a letter to the agency, the minister, the president, a number of people, the Inspector General, requesting for certain documents to be declassified and made available to us. These documents, he wanted to use to at least dispel or whatever is being alleged against him. Sadly, to date, we have not received any of those documents. A number of other letters have been written, and there has been no response thereto. I am not going to commit myself to any specific letter now, the contents of any specific letter, because truly our client believes that issues of intelligence operations should be kept away from the public, and not because he has anything to hide, but to protect intelligence. I mean, the Intelligence Services Act compels the Director General to protect intelligence, identity of sources, intelligence methods from unauthorized disclosure. So it is not a choice that he makes. But he's also conscious of the fact that people's lives may be at risk. So it is in that context that I am not going to talk to specific letters that we may have written, to the extent that those letters may be in the public domain. Is unfortunate. Those matters ought to have been kept confidential. Unfortunately, because I am not a public servant, I do not have a security clearance I could not have classified my letters. Otherwise, I would not have had access to my own letters.
Let me ask you this question.
I don't know
then.
if I responded to your question.
All right, let me ask you this question, and thanks indeed for indulging us there. When you say that people's lives are at risk as a result of the information that is contained in some of the letters, and indeed the information that your clients seek to be declassified, in what way are their lives at risk?
Well, I'm not definitive to say they will be at risk. I said they may be. They may be at risk. So, if, for instance, there are people who are in covert projects, their identities being disclosed may put them at risk. I don't know. I don't know if I've responded to your question.
Yeah. Look, let me ask you this then. The chairperson of the review panel, Dr. Sydney Mufamadi, was before the State Capture Commission of Inquiry. And I also listened to him this morning on the radio. And he is of the view that the report that they compiled, they gave it to the president, and that report was also made public. Now, it is my understanding that it is a redacted version of the entire report. Why would your clients have a problem with making public some of the information that they seek to challenge when it would appear that most of this information is public knowledge anyway?
Xoli, I think you're mixing two issues here. You asked me about our letters. And those letters that you're asking me about have nothing to do with the evidence of Dr. Mufamadi. To the extent that Dr. Mufamadi's report, the redacted report, was made available and released publicly, our client, in this case, Mr. Fraser, responded comprehensively. And that document is easily available. It's a public document. In fact, it's worrying that the media has ignored that. The media did not pick that response. It is comprehensive. To at the very least, the redacted report by Dr. Mufamadi. We do not at this stage have the unredacted one. So if there's a need to supplement our response, we will do so.
And how soon will your clients appear before the State Capture Commission of Inquiry? And how soon do you want for these documents that they seek to be declassified, for them to be declassified then?
Yeah, actually, like I said to you, we've asked for documents from as early as the 5th of August, 2020.
Yeah.
Our client has, we already have a draft response. It's, I would say, you are putting percentages to this, but let's, for argument's sake, say it's 90% complete.
All right.
We need these documents for corroboration, and to the question, how soon do we want to go there? As soon as we have those documents, complete our statement, make an election whether we are testifying or we are cross-examining. Although indications of that, we are going to apply to cross-examine the witnesses that may implicate our clients in wrongdoing. As to the time, it really would be, it's out of our control.
All right.
It gets scheduled by the commission.
All right. Michael Kgoroeadira, representing, among others, the former Director General at the State Security Agency, Arthur Fraser, and indeed the former Minister of the State Security Agency, Advocate Bongani Bongo. Thank you very much for your time. Let's take a short breather. When we return, we'll bring you some more news.